Well, greetings, Series 24 test takers. Welcome to the judgment nature of Series 24. Nines and tens and 24s are very challenging because there are a lot of judgment questions. Situations like this one. Uh, Again, if you don't have a Kaplan Q Bank, I recommend it as a paid supplement. If you have a Kaplan Q Bank, we'll help you with any 24 questions, but it's just easier if it's, Kaplan because I can bring it up by the QID. And you get a 10% discount with my Guru 10 discount code. And for that commercial, you get the free look on Kaplan content. This comes from our Reddit community. We have a Series 24 910 Reddit community, our Series 24. This is QID 1438986. I always think it's easier if you give these judgment questions like this, a cast of characters that can cut through perhaps some of the scenario. So I'm going to use Morgan Stanley. I'm a financial analyst at Morgan Stanley, a member firm. I write a preliminary research report on Tesla. So, as a Morgan Stanley customer, what you're concerned with is who is more important to Morgan Stanley, Tesla or a Morgan Stanley retail customer, right? I mean, Morgan Stanley underwrites hundreds of millions of dollars in securities for Tesla, as well as billions of dollars in securities for Elon for other things he's doing, like Twitter. So my supervisory analyst accepts my report. But then I uncover information that triggers a downward revision of my earnings on Tesla, the target company. So then I resubmit the report to my supervisor. These rules are to protect the analyst from, being intimidated by their supervisor, or in the old days, banking. That's part of why all these rules came from. The old days of the bankers were the ones who, had control of the research department. Anyways, the analyst here as the supervisor plans to release the original version of my report without providing a reasonable explanation for the omission of the more current information. In response to this, the analyst, so remember this question is about me and my hypothetical, the Morgan Stanley analyst covering Tesla. What should I do? What should I do? So A says I should request my supervisor to use the revised earnings forecast or remove my name from the report, my work product. That sounds pretty reasonable, right? I'm saying, well, I don't want my name on it if, this is not, something that, I've revised and you're going to put out that one. I notify the regulatory authorities in writing? No. Notify the chief compliance officer? No. Notify the principal operating officer? No. What I do is I request my supervisor to either use my revised earnings forecast or remove my name from the report. Now, Bill James is the subject matter expert at Kaplan for 24, and let's see what his rationale is in regards to this question. Regulation AC is making sure the analyst isn't conflicting his own research report or saying things in public that contradict his report. So a little different thing. That's what the person was saying. Is this a contradiction of Regulation AC? And it most certainly is not. Okay, so Bill's telling us here, an analyst must exercise diligence, independence, and thoroughness when performing investment analysis, making a recommendation, or taking investment action. If the member firm wishes to use a report that diverges from the analyst's true feelings and expectations, the analyst may request that his name be removed from the report. That's the test point. If an analyst is, however, satisfied that the team's process produced results or conclusions that are reasonable, I'm not obligated to disassociate myself from the report, well, even if it does not reflect my opinion. So I can, stay on the team, so to speak, if I'd like. Okay, well, that was a judgment question. And as I said, that's the challenge on 9, 10s, and 24s. I always joke to, Series 7s, always take the answer that says, check with your immediate supervisor. But in these exams, you are, in a lot of these contexts, either the immediate supervisor or the analyst or whatever the case may be. So remember, inch by inch, your Series 24 is a cinch, and yard by yard, your Series 24 is hard.